The Keenan-Flagler Business School is now looking to replace 2 of its chief administrators. Dean Steve Jones announced last week that he'll step down from his position when his 5-year term ends in June. In addition to a new dean, the school is also starting the search for a new business administration program director. Current director Jeff Cannon, and you'll see him coming up in just a moment, will be leaving the school in January for Washington University in St. Louis.
The death penalty is getting a lot of attention across North Carolina as well as here on campus. Reporter Julia Ritchie is at Memorial Hall to tell us more about how UNC is exploring this controversial topic.
Adam, the Carolina Performing Arts received one of 8 grants nationwide to facilitate a year-long project called Criminal Justice, the Death Penalty Examined. This campus-wide initiative utilizes the arts to explore issues involving capital punishment in our criminal justice system.
The curtain will open tonight at Memorial Hall for a play called Parade. It's based on the true story of a Jewish man who in 1913 was lynched in Marietta, Georgia after being framed for the rape and murder of a 13-year-old girl. Junior Sean Casserly plays the main character, Leo Frank. He hopes the play will make people think about prejudice and the death penalty.
It was such an inflammatory case for not only litigation within the country in terms of like how trials were prosecuted and whatnot, but also it led to the resurgence of the KKK, and it just has so many implications, and it's all centered around this one act of lynching.
Project manager of the Criminal Justice series, Reed Culver, says these events aren't just about being pro or anti-death penalty.
It's rarely black and white. It's rarely yes or no. This is good, this is bad. And that's not what we're looking at, is whether it's good or bad. We're looking at all those gray areas in between.
The series is especially relevant here. Executions remain on hold because of legal challenges to the state's lethal injection protocol. More than a dozen states have stayed executions until the U.S. Supreme Court hears a case about whether lethal injections amount to cruel and unusual punishment. Junior Chris Dorman plays Leo Frank's defense attorney. He says in addition to sparking debate about the death penalty, these performances reveal the inadequacies of justice based on majority opinion.
Both of this and that show very much touch on how much people are willing to sacrifice in terms of losing or killing someone in the name of justice, where justice is such an uncertain thing and there's no true way to really prove whether or not it's executed right or not.
The series unofficially kicked off with UNC's selection of the summer reading novel The Death of Innocence by Sister Helen Prejean. Sister Prejean will be speaking at Memorial Hall in February.
Julia, I'm curious, what are some of the other events available to students?
Parade will be the last event in the series for this semester, but there will be 9 more installments next spring, including photography, lectures, and even a play based on Sister Prejean's most famous book, Dead Man Walking.
Julia Ritchie at Memorial Hall, thank you.
Even in the winter, the Botanical Gardens has a lot to offer. The gardens are currently raising money for a new education center. The building will be completely green, using technology such as rainwater cisterns and solar panels. Construction is scheduled to begin this fall near the side of the current parking lot. The project price tag, though, is $11 million. So far, fundraising is at only $9 million. Director Peter White stresses the importance of making that enjoyment more available to the community.
The building will be beautiful, it'll be welcoming, it'll have new space, it'll have new gardens around it. It's going to be a real wonderful place to come hang out in Chapel Hill.
The Botanical Gardens is located on 15501, and if you'd like to donate money to the new center, you can find the information on our website, carolinaweek.org. A study shows that lifestyle choices have an impact on cancer risk. The report shows a clear link between obesity and breast cancer, cancer of the large bowel, and pancreatic cancer. The study also shows that obesity is inching closer to smoking as a leading cancer risk. The authors suggest you should eat more fruits and vegetables and exercise at least half an hour a day to help minimize your risk. Students and other apartment residents will now have more choices when it comes to cable. The FCC last week banned the use of exclusive agreements cable companies have made with the apartment managers. The commission says this will allow the 25 million American families who live in apartments to enjoy more consumer choice and lower prices. Cable rates have risen almost 100% in the past decade.
If you don't have much time for television, a new website might make watching your favorite shows more convenient. Hulu.com is a new online video site developed by Fox and NBC Universal. The two networks launched the site last week, and it features shows such as Heroes, 24, and The Office. Hulu.com was designed to compete with popular video sites including YouTube and Apple's iTunes Store. 10 members of UNC Habitat for Humanity are one step closer to building a house in Honduras.
We'd like to welcome you officially to the Honduras 08 Spring Break Trip Date Auction.
Recently, the group held a date auction in the pit to raise funds for a spring break trip to Honduras. The event featured dancing, singing, and even stripping to persuade bidders to buy a date. Some dates went for as much as $75.
And you know, Adam, I was talking with some of the girls at Carolina Week, and we said that we'd definitely be willing to pay $75 for a date with you. But the other guys, we'd pay $150 in Carolina Week. Isn't that right, Mallory?
I think you're right, and I think that would be money well spent right there. It's been warming up for the past few days, so warm. People are wearing shorts and relaxing outside. Will this continue? Your forecast next.